Your friendly, unabashed cup cutter. I slice through the turf like warm butter, planting dreams in the grass, one putt under. Your friendly, unabashed cup cutter.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, your friendly unabashed cup cutter. Here we are, episode 18, single golfer. It's been a busy couple weeks. Wanted to give the guys a break. Didn't want to ask them to be on the podcast this week for this week's episode. So I figured it'd just be me. It's been busy, like I said. 2 weeks ago was the PGA show. And this past week was the GCSAA, or the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America. And man, it was an awesome week. I can't wait to share with you all. I did post some pictures on social media about it. But man, just a lot of memories, a lot of connections, a lot of networking at that event. And I had the pleasure of having Dennis, the MC Menace, Marquez. He works over at Saddlebrook. He joined me on that trip, and it was amazing. And I'm so happy that he was able to enjoy it with me. And again, networking and learning a lot of things. And even though we were just there for 2 days, it was a lot to take in. And I wish we could have stayed there longer. But you know what? The cups got to get cut. And I cut them this morning, and they're looking pretty good. And did some training too as well, as you guys saw that on social media. So I thought that I would talk about the typical stuff, the news, things that are happening in my world. Obviously, we're going to talk about events, and some folks did chime in, send me some last minute events that are happening in the area, so I was able to squeeze those in. And then, of course, talking about courses played, and also tip of the week. I want to give you your fuck tip of the week, golf related, of course, or maybe it's not. I don't know. I think maybe it could be used overall to everybody. And then obviously some future episodes, because we're busy, man. I am, because recently about this GCAA event that we were just at, I met some amazing people, and more connections are going to be made to where we're going to be doing some Zoom calls. And so yeah, I just cannot wait to share these stories that I heard. And even though we're going to be from afar doing a teleconference or a video conference, I'm still going to be in the Volkswagen. With that said, let's talk about some news. Really, I'm just going to focus on the GCAA. Again, it's the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America. It's held already. This was their 100th year of connecting superintendents, groundskeepers, maintenance guys, anybody in the industry that are dealing with golf course. It could be vendors from mowers like Toro to just about anybody and everybody. So it was amazing to see all that. And I just want to talk about some highlights that I took from it. Some of the people that I got a chance to speak to, have good conversations with. I actually was able to, I'm going to call it my white whale, the main reason why I wanted to go there and have a conversation. And I was able to finally connect with these guys. Thanks out to them, if you guys can tell who it is. But I'll talk about them in here in a second. So the first day when we got there was on a Tuesday. A lot of it was the speakers or classes that you can take. And I was able to attend 2 of the classes that we were able to attend. Actually, I take that back. 3 things that we were able to attend. First one was 100 years of basically golf or greens rolling. And at that event, it was from Dr. Tom Nicolai from MSU. Some of you may know him, supers. You guys may have heard of him. He is the doctor of green speed. It was amazing to hear him talk about what they do at MSU. The studying of rolling the greens or growing the grass, or when to roll it, when not to roll it, how the new techniques of irrigation. It was truly an amazing speech that he gave us, and I was able to snag him for a few minutes, and I'll be posting that video here shortly. I've asked him, like, what is the biggest innovation you've seen these past years of this industry? And I can't wait to share that little short clip with him. So again, thank you again, Dr. Nicolai, for talking with me briefly. Again, he's known as the Doctor of Green Speed. Shortly after that, I know we were able to talk to or listen to Tyler Maget. Tyler Maget. I'm going to share his video too as well. Amazing guy. This guy just got his CTEM. Basically, he's like your certified equipment manager, for those that don't know what that is. So he's your guy. He is your mechanic on the golf course. And what he brought to the table on his speaking in his class was the importance of dirt. Basically, I don't actually have the acronym for me for now. I apologize. I know it was like respect and talk. I apologize. I'll make sure I put it all down here. Sorry, Tyler. I guess I was just so memorized with your beard because it's very majestic. And actually, this is this company right here, Rock Coast. Brother, I told you I was going to showcase it on the podcast, and there it is. But no, he really resonated with me because the things that he talked about, the importance of a good mechanic and good communication, of reaching out to talk to the guys. Because you guys can have that quiet guy on the team, and he's afraid to break out or even talk, and finding those ways. And we all have those guys at every golf course. And so something that, like I said, resonated with me was, that's the things that we learned in the military. You know what I mean? Is like we had to go through a lot of leadership training at all different levels. And the fact that communication is key with your troops, with your subordinates, with your team. And that's something that he said. And I was able to talk to Griffin, one of his, the assistant superintendent there at Harmony Club. I forgot to mention that. It's at Harmony Club in Colorado. And he was telling me that when Tyler came on board, the whole atmosphere changed there in the shop. And it's just amazing how when you have that one key guy to bring everybody together, to talk to everybody. And Griffin spoke highly of Tyler. And I mean, I got to bullshit with him for a little bit. He was just an amazing guy. And I can't wait to have more of a one-on-one with him on this in the podcast. But yeah, so that was a great speech that Tyler gave. Again, they're from Harmony Club out in Colorado. And then also towards the end there, I was able to get to a networking class where I got to listen to Bill Maynard. He was the 81st president of the GCSAA. And when I got into his class, I saw him sitting there. I knew he was a previous president. And I gave him basically, like he said, my 11-second elevator speech. I just want to introduce myself. I said, I'm really looking forward to listening to this class. I'm very comfortable in front of the camera. I'm very comfortable giving briefings and speeches and such and networking, but I still learned something. I thought I was pretty good at networking and communicating and know how to stand, know how to posture yourself when you're talking with somebody. And I still learned something from his class with him and Carol. And it was an amazing class that he gave. And what's amazing with Bill, he's just a guy, man. When we were able to talk offline, you can tell he was a good super. You can tell he was a good guy. You can tell why he was the 81st president of the GCSAA. Bill, I'm not floating you up or filling up your head, whatever. Bro, I really do appreciate your time because even we're at the Toro Expo there on Wednesday, all of a sudden I heard was, Dave, and it was Bill. Went over there, gave him a big hug because you guys know I'm a big hugger. And it was awesome to connect with him, and I can't wait to have him on the podcast and talk with him via, video teleconference and get more of his insight of being a superintendent, being in the industry, being a president. And oh man, Bill, so again, thank you again, brother, for having the time to talk with me, and I'm looking forward to having you here on the podcast. And then one of the big other highlights that I have two more. I would call it my white whale on who I wanted to talk to. You know what I mean? I did actually try to get in touch with the Turf Today guys, with Adam and Brian, which is that podcast that they talk with other superintendents. They're part of the Superintendent Network. I was chatting with him briefly on social media, like, hey man, I got a Volkswagen, I'm a new podcaster. I'm a cup cutter or a greenskeeper, and they were just so busy over the Toro area. But my white whale that I wanted to talk to was the Standard Golf Company. So again, like I'm wearing their hat. Thanks again to Matt and Mike. Gentlemen at your booth that you were able to talk with me. We had a really great conversation, exchanged some really good manly hugs. And again, I'm rocking the hat and I really do appreciate it. And he gave me this one here as well that I'll showcase. This one I'm gonna wear because obviously it's a cup cutter. So with Matt there, who's the vice president of Golf Standard Company. Sir, thank you for taking the time for talking with me. I'll be showcasing our conversation we had about their cup setter, their cups. Something I just love. I mean, I love the technology that they've done, the innovations they've done with cup cutting, with their cup cutters, with their cups, and with their cup setter. And I was able to dive into with him, and also with Mike Bilham, who is their account executive, 25 years old, great guy, big dude, was into baseball and golf. And I had a good conversation with him, and hopefully we're going to connect when they both come down here to Florida here in the next couple months. So I would say that Standard Golf Company was my white whale. I was so excited to talk to them because I just have so much interest in what they have to offer. But one of the biggest highlights I got to mention that what's so great about the GCAA, and I know they talked about it, hopefully I'm not covering up the mic, is the networking portion, right? Who you get to talk to, who you get to meet. And again, as you guys know on podcasts, something I love is the the conversations I get to have and to meet people. My boys know, my good friends, people that know me very well, my sons, my wife, I love to talk. We were just at Walmart the other day, and Mike, who I knew from the Wesley Chapel area, they used to sell hot dogs there in the crates. He actually pulled over to talk to us because he saw a Tink. We did not be able to connect in a long time, a couple of years. He saw the Volkswagen. We talked for 45 minutes in the parking lot of Walmart, just talking about life, what's going on. I just love to talk and hear things because, as you guys know, I've shared it once before. I lost my dad to cancer. I served in our military for a long time. My course of life has changed when after I lost my dad, my own medical issues from the military. This is what I do now. I cut cups and have conversations in my Volkswagen and enjoying life to the fullest. So something that I was able to do there at the GCAA that they do there is the whole networking. I got to meet two sets of guys from other ends of the earth, of the oceans. I talked to some guys in the same day from Hawaii that work at a private track, and then guys that were out in Liverpool, across the pond, the guys that were cutting cups on the open. I talked to two separate sets of guys on other sides of the world, on other sides of the oceans, of both of the Pacific and of the Atlantic. And I got to talk to these guys on the same day because of the GCAA, because of what they do, bringing superintendents, greenskeepers, maintenance guys, vendors together to network, to talk, to trade energy for the love of what we do on the golf course. I remember when I was there at the GCAA, there were 6 of us looking over a rake. The innovations from Tacit out in Europe, talking to these guys in their new rake. There were 6 of us looking at this rake because we have passion of golf course maintenance, of agronomy, all that stuff. It was amazing. So the fact that I got to talk to these two sets of guys from other sides of the world, from the Pacific and the Atlantic, and we bonded. Oh my God, it's so amazing. And so I'm very thankful to GCAA. I cannot wait to attend next year. I told that to my super, I told that to my ex-super over at Heritage, how it's just an amazing event. And if anybody in the golf industry, especially in maintenance, guys, in the superintendents, your assistants, your greenskeepers, your mechanics, you guys have got to get to this event. It was amazing to be a part of this 100-year anniversary of what they've done, and that I got to partake in it. And though I'm a greenskeeper, truly enjoyed this event. And I really hope other guys could do the same and get a chance to go out there and network and talk to these guys. Oh man, it was so awesome. I can't wait for next year. Yeah, so anyway, let me get off of that. I just want to thanks again for all the hats that I got from Toro, guys. Thank you again, guys, for giving me one of their hats. Obviously, Tyler with his Rock Coast, bro. I love this hat. I would love to wear it, but I think it's so awesome. So I rotate my hats. And of course, Standard Golf Company, Matt and Mike, guys, you guys did amazing. Thank you again for these hats. I appreciate it. And again, you know what I do? I like to showcase and just advertise and just, I won't say advertise, but this is awesome. These guys are amazing, and I want to showcase them. That's what I love to do on this podcast. And that's something that is a great segue that I'm leading to is events. So something I like to do here on the podcast, I like to share events that are happening in the area in Tampa Bay, Orlando, and beyond. And it's amazing that after the PGA show and after the GCSAA, I remember when we first started the podcast, we only had maybe 3 or 4 events that were happening, and I'm still getting more. It's so amazing. So again, this is the events that are happening in the area. Please make sure that you guys send me your flyers, DM it to me, shoot me an email. And I'll make sure to mention on the podcast until the week of your event. We'll keep mentioning it. I'm very appreciative for you guys sending them in, because my goal in this podcast is to spread the love of golf, have these conversations, and share these events that are happening in the area to make sure you guys have a full and a successful event. So without further ado, this is your events that are happening in the area. The Scramble League at Seven Springs at Golf and Country Club has started on Tuesdays. Golf Week Amateurs Tour is having another event here coming up pretty soon. I'll make sure that I put it down over here, so make sure you guys check them out. Charity Golf Tournament Super Bowl, which is also a golf qualifier at St. John's Golf and Country Club. That's going to be on the 13th of February. Amateur Players Tour, which again is going to be out there in the Orlando area, is the Black Bear Golf Club. That's going to be held on the 14th of February. Citrus Scramble that just got into the books is going to be at the Crooked Cat at Orange County National. That's going to be held on the 15th of February. The 6th annual Charity Golf Knights of Columbus, Shalimar Point Golf and Country Club, is going to be held on the 16th of February. The 6th annual Coach J. Crooms Golf Tournament is going to be held at Julia Falls on the 21st of February. The Panther Pines Golf Club, they're having a front tee flip challenge. That's going to be held on the 28th of February. I'm going to leave their little post right here like I do everybody else's. You can find more information about that. I believe what they're doing is they're flipping a tee and to see what club they're using, I believe. Something to that effect. Again, that's the Panther Pines Golf Club front tee flip challenge on the 28th of February. The OVGA League, they're going to be starting their season at Sherman Hills on the 7th of March. I'm going to be talking to Chad here pretty soon who organizes that. Again, that's the OVGA League, going to be at Sherman Hills on the 7th of March. Golfing South Florida, they're going to be having their first event here at, their next event in Largo Golf and Country Club. That's on the 7th of March. Paddy Wagon Open Golf Tournament is going to be held at Northdale, and that's going to be on the 7th of March. Miracle Miles Inaugural Invitational Scramble is going to be held at Carrollwood Golf and Country Club there on the 9th of March. Foundation of Freedom's 3rd Annual Golf Tournament is going to be held at Eagles Landings on the 9th of March. X-Golf Tampa Scramble League starts their 6-week-long scramble on the 13th of March, and that's the X-Golf Tampa. That's that indoor golf simulator place. Again, they're starting on the 13th of March, so be sure to check them out. Make-A-Wish Charity Golf Tournament is going to be held at The Plantation on the 14th of March. Again, it's actually a Make-A-Wish charity and festival. And I'm actually going to be talking with Rich here tomorrow, actually, about their event, which is going to be on a Friday. But yeah, again, check them out. Make-A-Wish Charity Golf Tournament and Festival at The Plantation on the 14th of March. The 7th Annual Soft Mission Organization or Special Operation Forces Golf Classic is going to be held at Saddlebrook on the 17th of March. We'll be talking to those folks too here pretty soon. Golf Today Charity Classic, which is for the Children's Burn Foundation, it's going to be held at the Village Golf Country Club on the 18th of April. Something that just snuck in here. Alex, I got you. The Earth Day 4 Interns Charity Golf Tournament is going to be held at Innisbrook on April 22nd. Again, that's Hope for the Children's Ministries held at Timber Greens on the 26th of April. We have my boy Melvin is hosting his Stairways for Heroes 3rd Annual Golf Tournament at Plantation Palms. That's going to be on the 15th of May. And if you want to save $100 for your foursome, use the promo code FUCK, your friendly unabashed cup cutter, F-U-C-C, where you guys can save $100 on your foursome. Again, that's for the Stairway for Heroes 3rd Annual Golf Tournament at Plantation Palms. And lastly, we have the first Rively Cup Golf Scramble. That's going to be held at Seminole Lake Golf and Country Club on the 21st of May. Woo, that's a lot of tournaments. I hope you guys go to at least one of them because I said it, a lot of them. Yeah, thank you again, folks, for sending me your events. Be sure to check them out. Again, I'll post all of the flyers there. And if you have a question about one, you can obviously reach out to me and I'll make sure I contact you. I'll get you in contact with the guys that are organizing those events. Whew, that's a lot. All right. Courses to be played got coming up here. I'm very excited. I'm actually going back out to Saddlebrook on the 9th of February. I'm going to be talking to the superintendent there as well. So I'm going to be playing there at Saddlebrook. Hopefully we're going to be able to play the Pines. That's one of their last bit of 9 holes. Again, they have 3 9-hole tracks and they just kind of rotate them, let one of them heal up and so forth. So again, we're playing there on Monday. Myself, Lewis, David Hill, and one other person. We're going to be playing Tampa Palms. Man, I'll tell you what, since I've been starting this podcast, I have not been golfing as much as I should. I love what I'm doing here on this podcast, so I'm actually golfing less. It sucks, but I love it. It is what it is. I can't wait to play my track again. It's been a while, so I'm looking forward to playing Tampa Palms again. I get to cut the cups there, just need to play there. And then also, I'm heading down to River Hills. I'm going to be playing that track early in the morning. We're going to be talking to Mark Patterson, who is their director of agronomy and one of their AITs, which is assistants in training. So yeah, I'm going to be playing that track and talking with Mark. I've been talking with Mark a while. He's a big supporter of the podcast. So Mark, I greatly appreciate you, sir. So I'm going to be playing there as well. I have a few other tracks that we're playing in March as well. Talking with a lot of folks heading down to Sarasota area. Going to be talking to Esplanada at Azario. Mike, again, sir, they're a golf pro there. Appreciate it. Big supporter of the podcast. So I'm going to be going down there talking to him and some of his folks as well. As you guys know, I'm going up to Juliet Falls here pretty soon. Can't wait, man. So yeah, of course, a lot of courses to be played, but also more importantly, having conversations with folks. I just use the golf there as where I can actually kind of review the track briefly, but more importantly, get to see the track and see what those guys are doing there. So it's going to be fun. All right, we're going to be finishing up here pretty soon. So your fuck tip of the week. It's kind of golf related, I think, but also I think it'd be used for day-to-day life. I put down, don't be afraid to be yourself. That's your tip of the week from your fuck, your friendly Unabashed cup cutter. Some people that first see me, like at these shows, we realize that they were asked, is this guy like this all the time? This is me all the time. Those that have met me, those that have first seen me, like at these shows and such on the golf course, I'm a very outgoing guy. I'm 110% all the time. You know, I'll sleep whenever. But I'm here to give you all my energy. I'm here to talk to you, to in a way be exposed. And this is me. This is me all the time. This is not a show. I hug everybody and everybody. People don't realize, again, that this is me all the time, and I'm not afraid to show it. You know, again, I go back to the fact that I lost my dad to cancer, that life is short. You know what I mean? Early on, I kind of briefly mentioned it in an episode that I had, conversation I had with Phil Brady from Shankers Golf, that there was a time in my life that I hated who I was. You know, those that don't realize that, you know, I'm half white, half Filipino. And when I was growing up, there was a time where I hated being one or the other. That I did not like being half Filipino, because there was a time when we lived in Middleburg, Florida, south of Orange Park. My brother, myself, my mom, and my sister were the only dark-haired, dark-skinned people in town. And it sucked. And when I was, in a way, getting bullied and picked on, the fact that, hey, I'm white too. No, to their eyes, I wasn't. You know what I mean? So as I grew older, I learned to be myself. I've learned to accept who I am. I got all the ink to show my heritage, to show where I'm from. You know what I mean? I've learned the way from my dad, how he viewed life and enjoying life. Everybody loved my father. He was very outgoing, loved to talk to people. And I'm doing the same, living on his legacy in a way that I love talking with people. I love being myself. I know I am not everybody's cup of tea. I know that. I know it takes a lot to take in my energy. I understand that. And I appreciate those, and I love those friends and family, of course, obviously, that deal with my shit, that deal with me being high octane all the time. Can you imagine me on coke? It'll never happen. I couldn't imagine myself being on it. You see me on gummies, right? I might be on one right now. You don't even know. But that's what I mean. I think just be yourself. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to reach out and shake someone's hand and have a conversation, acknowledge somebody. Just be yourself. You know what I mean? Sometimes being yourself means putting yourself out there, right? You have to be able to let go of any judgment that you might have. You might have to let go and showcase what you have to offer, because what you have to offer is a lot, no matter how small you may think it is big. God, that's really sentimental. That's very philosophical. That's the gummy talking. No, I'm just kidding. Just be yourself. I'm being me. You be you. That's it. Yeah, that's my fuck tip of the week. It's a good tip. Hope it was good for you. Future episodes and interviews. I've got so much lined up. Again, I'm going to post them all right here. It's even more expanding just after the conference this past week, that I can't wait to talk to even more folks. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be via Zoom. And technically we are having it in my Volkswagen. But I had just released a Saddlebrook conversation that I had with the the golf director, and with the superintendent. I had a conversation with the back nine owner up in Spring Hill. His conversation's coming out. We have our greenskeeper episode that we did shortly, a short one that we're coming out with. The Tampa golfer, Tom, I can't wait to talk to you. The Valspar Caddy Daddy, I gave him his nickname. He's got a new nickname. Donnie Harold, which a lot of us have seen, is sending out these emails about being the Valspar Caddy. You know, we're volunteering for the 16th and the 18th of that week. His new nickname is the Caddy Daddy. You're welcome, Donnie. I cannot wait talking with him pretty soon. And then, of course, so many more lined up. I just put them all right here. Yeah, lots is going on. This podcast is a booming, and I'm having fun with it. The only thing I ask is, please just share it. Share these conversations that I have. Share this energy that I have with everybody, because a lot of people may not have the energy, may not have the time to smile and laugh, may not have the time to go out and golfing, may not have the time to just sit there and listen about golf and my shenanigans and the bullshit and whatever I have to offer. I'm just truly just enjoying this to the max. I'm very blessed where I'm at, and with my wife and my boys, that I got to work at a golf course, and again, travel in this Volkswagen and have some amazing conversations and some amazing good laughs. So I just ask, just share this podcast. I'm on YouTube, Spotify, social media, because I have to be. But I really just can't wait to grow more. Really the ultimate goal or dream, again, is to travel the United States, towing this behind in the RV and going to golf courses around the United States and beyond, and having conversations with anybody in the golf industry, if it's a vendor, if it's a cart girl, if it's a superintendent. I really do look forward to hopefully making that goal and that dream come true. And I can't do that without you guys' support. Though I do love what I'm doing now here in Florida, which I hate to be in the cold, but how exciting would that be for me to go to Idaho, to go to Illinois, to go to Washington State, Oregon, travel in an RV, pulling this Volkswagen and having conversations with folks. Man, I can't wait for that. And I think it's going to happen with your support, with your love, with your liking and subscribing and following. So that's it. So let's end this. And you know what I'm about to say. This has been your friendly unabashed cup cutter. Don't be shy. Come say hi. You guys have a good one.
You're friendly unabashed.